Alright, today we're going to go over laser-guided bombs and the Strike Eagle. The first thing you need to understand about laser-guided bombs is that the bombs themselves are configured to look for a specific laser. They're not looking for your laser specifically, they're looking for any laser that is firing at a frequency that they're configured for. So, by default, this frequency is 1688, and that goes for the F-16 as well. I'm not sure about the 18, I think it does go for the 18 as well. The 1688 is the default laser code for bombs and for TPODs. What you have to make sure is that your bombs are configured for the same laser code that your TPOD's laser is configured for as well. And the only way to do this is on the ground. You cannot change your bomb's laser code in the air. So once you're in the air, your laser code is set. That's the way it is. If you want to change it, you're going to have to turn around, land, and then change your bomb's laser code. You can change your laser code on your TPOD, in flight, on the ground, anywhere you want, but the bombs have to be configured before flight. Why does this matter? Well, for single player, it doesn't really matter because you're flying by yourself, no big deal. But if you're flying multiplayer or with a group and you're all bombing in the same area, people are dropping bombs and firing lasers. If everyone's coded for 1688, you're going to get a lot of confused bombs. Your bomb is not looking for, like I said, it's not looking for your laser specifically, it's looking for any laser that is firing 1688 if it's configured that way. Or if you want to change it to 1722 or whatever, it's looking for whatever code it's configured for. So as soon as the bomb sees a laser firing 1688, that's the laser it's going to guide to. If that's your buddy's laser, it's not yours, well, your buddy's going to get your bomb. Right? So to make sure this doesn't happen, it's best that, especially if you're in a group, that everyone's bombs are configured differently from each other's. So we're going to go over how to do that. So first thing, press backslash to get to your comms menu. You see that at the top right. Press F8 for ground crew, and then F8 again for GPU laser codes. And then you can pick the station of what bombs you want to change the code for. I'm just going to hit F1 because I want to change codes for all my bombs. So F1, and I get this little pop-up here. Now, over on the far left, you can see an arrow and the 1, because I think the lowest, I can't remember what the lowest frequency is versus the highest frequency, but it's always going to be in the thousands, right? So 1 is permanent, that's why you don't have a dial here. But we can change the hundreds here, and the 10s, and the 5s. Alright? So I can say 1525, or 1643. You know, whatever I want to do. But I like to confirm the code, even though I mean this is accurate and all that. I like to pull up my kneeboard just in case. So press right shift K, brings up your kneeboard, and at the very bottom you can see the laser codes for all the bombs on the different stations you have. So right now it's 1743, and this gets updated live as I'm clicking through this little pop-up. So we'll go to 16 and 15, and we'll just go to 20 and 5. So now 1525 is showing on my kneeboard. My bombs are configured for 1525 now. So let's get rid of the kneeboard, right shift K, and then to get rid of this pop-up, you need to go back to your comms menu, so backslash F8, F8 again, and then I've had trouble, as of the making of this video, I've been having trouble with pressing F7. I'll press it right now, nothing's happening. And that's to hide this, to make the pop-up go away. It won't go away. So what I have found is, if that happens and you press an F7 and nothing's happening, just click on it, and it goes away. Alright, next step. We got the bombs configured now. They're configured for laser code 1525. That means they're looking for a laser that is firing at 1525, right? So let's make sure that our TPOD is set that way as well. So we're going to go to either one of the screens, doesn't matter, right or left. Press the menu button down at the bottom right, and then select TPOD. Now we're looking at our TPOD, and we can see the laser code at the top left, and it is configured for 1688. So as of now, if I were to drop those bombs and then fire the laser, the bomb just becomes a dumb bomb. It doesn't even see the laser. It doesn't care. It's not looking for that. It's looking for 1525. So to change this code, use your scratch pad right here. We're going to say 1525, and then just click the button above safe here, above the code, and that'll change the code to 1525. Alright, let's get in the air. Alright, we got our bombs configured, we're in the air and headed towards the target. So first thing, I like to clean up the cockpit so I can see everything, including this screen down here and my switches. So if you left click on the base of the stick here, makes the stick disappear. Click there again, makes the throttle disappear, so now I can see everything nice and clear. Alright, first things first, air to ground mode down here at the bottom. Press that to air to ground. Over on the left, you have your master arm switch. Go to arm, and then we want to arm our laser. So to do that, you have to go to the back seat. There is no laser switch up here in the front. So press the number 2 on your keyboard. Takes you to the back seat. Laser switch is right behind the left stick. Switch it to arm, and then press the number 1 on your keyboard to go back to the front seat. You'll notice now you see laser armed, and on your T-Pod you'll see arm as well. So next we're going to set up our screens. So both of these green screens here, the large ones, press the menu button at the bottom right, little M, press that on both screens. Now depending on how you feel, put the T-Pod on whatever screen you want. Both screens menu, if you look at them, they're identical menus. So you can put any page you want on either screen. So if you like your T-Pod over here, just select T-Pod right there. If you like the T-Pod over here, press T-Pod over here. I like the T-Pod on the left, so I'm going to select T-Pod. And then on my right screen, we're going to select the armament page. And then air to ground, here's our weapons packs page. We are in program 1, so we need to tell the computer what bombs we want to drop while we're in program 1. Right now there's nothing selected, so I've got no way of dropping any bombs. If I were to press pickle and I have everything I need, nothing's selected, so it's not going to drop anything. So to set this up, we need to tell the computer what bombs we want to drop while in program 1. You get 4 programs. So program 1, I'm going to select my GBU 12s, all 8 of them. Then I'm going to select my bombing mode, CDIP CDIP. For you Viper drivers, this is the same as CCIP Auto. For you Viper drivers, this is the same as CCRP. I'm going to select Auto. And then you need to pick your pickle button behavior. So 1/STA will drop 1 bomb off of each station selected per press of the pickle button. So 2 at a time. Step will drop 1 bomb per press of the pickle button. Ripple single and then ripple multiples. If you need to know how those work, how the ripple works, I've got a video on dumb bombs that kind of goes over that. This is just basically you press the button and you drop so many bombs but in a sequence. So for this I'm going to select step because I want to drop 1 GBU 12 per press of my pickle button. So step, and then my fusing, nose, tail fuse, or nose tail. I'm going to select nose tail, and then we're going to set up our program 2. Program 2, we're going to select our GBU 24 on the center line. We're going to select auto again, and for this one, you could do step, wouldn't matter, but I'm going to do 1/STA, and my fusing nose tail. 1/STA because it's 1 bomb. Press the button, drops every bomb selected, only 1 selected, so that's good. Alright, and we are done configuring the bombs. Next, we want to take control of our T-Pod. To do this, you're going to press the castle switch in the direction of the screen that you have your T-Pod up. So if your T-Pod is up over here on the right screen, you're going to press castle switch right long. Just press and hold it for a little over 1 second and you'll take control of it over here. If your T-Pod's over here like mine, press and hold castle switch left for more than 1 second and it'll take control over here. The way you'll know you have control is you'll have white lines at the bottom here. I'll show you that here. Press and hold castle switch left long, and there we go. Got my white lines. Now I can slew the T-Pod around by using TDC switch up, down, left, and right. Up, down, left, and right. I can just move this around anywhere I want. If I don't have the white lines at the bottom, pressing TDC right now, and I'm not able to slew the pod at all. So castle switch left long, control, and I can slew around. To put the T-Pod back into its original position, press auto acquisition switch forward long. It's longer than a second, and it goes to its default position. Up at the top, you see the laser is armed. The laser code 1525. If I'm above Angels 25, this is going to say safe. If I'm below it, it'll say armed. So it's just another place you can see that the laser is armed. To the right of that, it is in auto laze mode. Here you can see auto laze continuous. You press the button above auto laze to change it to manual laze continuous. So in auto laze, as soon as you drop the bomb, the laser starts firing, and you're going to need to press the left multifunction switch to stop the laser from firing after it's hit the target. So wait till it hits the target, then press the left multifunction switch. That'll stop firing the laser. You don't want to overheat the laser. In manual mode, you'll need to press the left multifunction switch to start the laser firing, and then press it again to stop firing. You don't have to press and hold it, just press it once, it'll start firing, press it again, it'll stop. You go back to auto laze. Next to the right here, we got snowplow mode. That's the mode the T-Pod's in. If we want the T-Pod to look at waypoint 1, press the button above snowplow, changes it, makes it look at waypoint 1. Press it again, and it starts looking at waypoint 2. Keep pressing it to go through all your waypoints. Once you get to the end of the list of waypoints, it stops. So I only have 2 waypoints in my mission right now, so pressing this button does nothing. It doesn't cycle back to snowplow. back to 1, back to 2, back to snowplow, back to 1, back to 2. It's done. Once it gets to the end, it's done. So to go back, if I forgot something or I need to get back to waypoint 1, press auto acquisition switch forward long, takes you back to snowplow mode, and then press it again to go to waypoint 1. My target is at waypoint 2, so I'm going to go to waypoint 2. To zoom in, press auto acquisition switch forward short. So just press it quickly. Don't hold it down, just press it. Alright? Now I'm zoomed in. Press it again, zooms out. In, out. If I want to zoom in further, I need to box expand here. So press the button next to expand, box it, and now I can zoom in with 2 fields, or 2 levels of zoom. So auto acquisition switch forward short again, forward short again, and it zooms out. I get 2 levels of zoom. Now I want to pick a target, so I'm going to TDC slew the TPOD to a target I want. I want this building right in the center. Now, before I select this, if I were to go in on the target right now, I have no azimuth steering line, I have no release cue, I have no time to release timer, nothing. I won't be able to drop the bomb. So even though I have it in my crosshairs on the targeting pod, it's not giving me all that information. To get that information, you have to designate the target. To designate, just press TDC like a button. And that designates the target. Now that it's designated, I get a time to release, 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Up here on my HUD, I now have an ASL line, azimuth steering line, and I can see the diamond, which is where I have the target designated. That's the target. And the box here is my TPOD's screen. This is what it's looking at. Over on the right, you can see I've got a 2 minute and 57 second time to release timer. Now keep in mind, if I choose to change my target and I come over here and look at this target, I have to designate it again, because right now, if you see, I can move the TPOD, but notice the target diamond is not changing its location. Alright, because that's where I designated, so that's where the computer is going to drop. It's going to guide me to drop the bomb to hit that spot, not a different spot. So to get a new target, slew the TDC, use TDC, slew the pod over to a different target, and then you're going to have to designate that target. So press TDC to designate. Now if I look up here, now the target is where it's looking. So if I move the TPOD over, I'm going to press TDC, it changes. If you don't want to have to do this all the time, you can change this to constantly designate by boxing this up here at the top left. Continuous designation, box that. Now as I slew the TPOD around, it changes the designation, and it'll match wherever the crosshair is at. Alright, so I'm going to put the crosshair right on this guy right here. And notice as I move the jet, the TPOD isn't staying stabilized on the target very well, right? So to get a good stabilization, press auto acquisition switch like a button, and then slew it around to the target, and you get a point track. You can see down here, we have a box over point track. You can press this button to change it to area track, and get an area track on it. And now if I gotta push auto acquisition, there we go. And now if I move the jet, I got a solid stabilization on the target. This is good to have when you're lasing a target. That way the TPOD is helping you keep it right on the target. So I like to keep an area track on it. Keep in mind, if you designate, you're gonna sometimes lose that area track. So to get the area track back, just press auto acquisition switch and then slew off and then slew back on. You'll get the area track. This I've reported this. I was told that this is a known bug and should be fixed in a later update. Area track and point track will be a little bit more stable. Alright, we're getting close to the release point. 10 seconds, we're going to start seeing a release cue dropping down that ASL. There it is. I'm going to press and hold the weapon release button, the pickle button. As soon as that line hits the path marker, flight path marker, the bomb will drop automatically. The TPOD is on my left cheek, so I'm going to bank right here, and you can see at the top of the TPOD screen, laser is flashing, which means the laser is firing at the target. I'm going to keep a left-hand bank over the target. We have time to impact, 12 seconds, 10 seconds, you can see right here. Three seconds. Impact. Now notice the laser's still firing, and it's going to continue to fire until I stop it. So I'm going to press left multifunction switch, and that stops the laser from firing. I don't think they've modeled it yet, but in real life you can overheat the laser and we don't want to do that. Alright, let's do this again, but we're going to switch to our GPU 12. So we set our GPU 12s in program 1. So over here we're going to cycle to program 1, and now you can see they're selected. They're already set, ready to go. We're going to come back over here to the TPOD, make sure we got the white lines at the bottom so we can use it. Let's pick a different target here. To pick this building over here. Since we have continuously designate boxed, we've already got it designated. If you didn't have it boxed, just press TDC to designate. Notice as soon as I designate, I lose that stabilization. So to get it back, just slew off and then back on. You get that area track again. You can see the box at the bottom. Alright, now we've got our ASL on the HUD. Let's steer towards it. You'll see up there on your HUD it says time to target, 1 minute and 20 seconds. And then it changes to time to release once I'm close enough to the ASL for a proper drop. Alright, we're going to put the flight path marker right on the center, or as close as we can. Make sure that we're below Angels 25, and we're going to wait for that release cue to come down. There it is. Press and hold the pickle button. We're going to bank right. I like to try and do a 90-degree turn if I can, and then start a left-hand orbit. It's already lasing. Notice it's not quite on the target at the moment, so I'm going to TDC slew the pod and the laser onto the target. Got a 15-second time to impact. Just refine that laser. There we go. Left multifunction switch to stop the laze. Now you can do this in CDIP, or for you Viper drivers, CCIP. And I'll show you that here, but it's a little bit more difficult. So let's switch our bombing mode to CDIP. Step and nose tail. So now we're in CDIP mode. And now up on the HUD, you've got the CDIP pipper. Little bomb fall line and the pipper at the bottom. Now if you're going to use CDIP, you're going to need to take control of your HUD, but you're also going to need to turn off a few things on your TPOD. So if you already have a point track or an area track, turn that off. I'm not really sure if this is the way it is in real life, but as of the making of this video, this is how I get it to work. You're going to need to turn off continuous designation, so unbox that, and then press auto acquisition switch to get rid of the area track. Next thing you need to do is take control of your HUD, because you're no longer designating the target with the TPOD, you're designating it with this pipper here. So to use the pipper, you need to get control of the HUD. To do that, press the castle switch like a button and then press it forward. So press forward. Now you can see in command on the HUD. So now, if I put the pipper anywhere on the ground and press the pickle button, you can see now I've got the TPOD looking at it with that box, and the diamond is the target that I'm looking at, or that I selected. So you can see it's just like a bush or something, but now I'm actively handing that to the HUD. The HUD is actively handling designation. So I'm going to press the pickle again. Now the HUD's looking there. So let's find our target. Alright, so to do CDIP, it's a little harder. We're going to need to do what we did in the Dumb Bomb video. If you haven't seen that, watch that. It'll go over how to use CDIP. We're going to put the pipper on the target, wait for it to start to climb here. Then I'm going to castle switch left long to take control of the TPOD, and TDC slew the laser to keep it on the target, all whilst flying the jet around. I'm going to have to like bank right and then go around to the left. So we're waiting for the pipper to rise here. As soon as it rises up onto the target, we're going to pickle it off. Pickle, off to the left, castle switch left, keep that laser on there, castle switch right, and hit. So it's a little bit more difficult. There's a lot more happening really quickly. If you have a Wizzo, this makes it so much easier if you have a Wizzo. But if you're by yourself, I would definitely use auto mode over CDIP. But if you have to, that's how you do it. Alright, so hopefully this helped a few of you. See you guys in the next one.
way high. Way up there. Flame out.